Shalom and welcome to TGC. Today's video, we have this English Islamist who confirms himself in his understanding and reading of his Quran that the Quran contains error. And if you have listened to these Muslims that perform Dawah, they say that if the Quran contains one single error, it is not from the God, from their God, because we know their God is not the God of the Bible. So let's jump into this first clip. Let this English Islamist confirm his understanding of biblical scripture. Then we will see a second clip where he reads from the Quran 544 and confirms that it is in error. So before we start this clip, it's important to understand, to listen and understand what he's saying.
No messenger came with a religion called Judaism. If you read the Bible, Abraham was not a Jew. He never called to Judaism. David, Moses, none of them called people to Judaism. Judaism is a tribal name, as you know. From the 12 sons of Jacob, one of the sons was called Judah. Whoever belonged to that tribe was a Jew. Or someone who was from the southern kingdom, Judea, was known as a Jew. It's a tribal name. It's not a religious name. Christianity.
So did you pick it up? From the 12 sons of Jacob, one of those sons was named Judah. And all from that one tribe, from the son of Judah, are considered a Jew. Therefore, the descendants of one of Jacob's 12 sons, Levi, were considered Levites. If the descendants from the first son, Reuben, his descendants would have been known as Reubenites. You will not get a Jew from the tribe of Reuben. And this biblical understanding is correct. And this Islamic Englishman understands this concept that is throughout our Bible. So it is correct. So after the northern kingdom was dispersed through Assyria, all that you had was the southern kingdom. So anyone who dwelt in the southern kingdom of Israel were known as Jews. It was just assumed they were Jews because they were of the kingdom of Judah, the southern kingdom. So the next clip, this Islamic Englishman will read from his Quran that he has in his hand, chapter 5, 44. Now, hear what he has to say compared to what he just described in this first clip.
Take one verse. You have to take all of them. So I just want to show you a few verses, then I'll come back to this one. When it comes to chapter 5 of Quran, ayat 44, indeed, we sent down the Torah, so the Torah given to Moses, in which was guidance and light. The prophets who submitted to Allah judged by it for the Jews, as did the rabbis, the scholars, by which they were entrusted of the scripture of Allah. So the Quran is saying.
So there you have it. And if you did not understand what he was saying verbally, let us look at that chapter and verse. He said, Quran 5:44. Indeed, we revealed the Torah, and he mentioned it was given to Moses. And when did this happen? During the Exodus at Mount Sinai, to all 12 tribes of Israel, containing guidance and light by which the prophets who submitted themselves to Allah made judgments for Jews. There you have it. So the God of Islam, Allah, revealed in his book, his message that he gave to Muhammad, supposedly, did not have the understanding that all 12 tribes were not just Jews. So, according to his logic, his understanding in that first clip, he made the point to try to educate. I presume that guy was a Christian, that Jews are only from the one son of Jacob, Judah, that Jews are only of the tribe of Judah and or of the southern kingdom. So how is it that Allah and his supposedly prophet Muhammad lacked this understanding and knowledge that this Islamic Englishman in the year 2025 didn't have? How is it that this Islamic Englishman has more understanding than his prophet Muhammad and his God Allah? According to chapter 5, verse 44 of the Quran, it states the Torah was given to Moses, and we know it was given at Mount Sinai during the Exodus, that it was given to him for guidance and light by which the prophets who submitted themselves to Allah made judgments for Jews. Why is it telling us in this Quran that the Torah was given to Moses for one of the 12 tribes? How is this possible? How is it possible that Muslims claim that the God of the Quran is the same God of the Bible, but yet forgets that Jews are only from one tribe of Israel? The simple answer, the logical answer, the reasonable answer is that it is not the same God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, found only in the Bible, not the Quran. Whoever compiled these words together and put them together and called it the Quran did not have the understanding that there were 11 other tribes of Israel when the Torah was revealed and given to Moses at Mount Sinai. Why is it they only recognize one tribe and are those who dwelt in the southern kingdom? It's because they lacked understanding and knowledge, and they were not guided by the one true God, only found in the one true book, the Holy Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they claim that their book is so perfect that if you find one error in it, it is not the book of God. So how are Muslims going to justify this obvious, utter error found in their book? And if anyone is on the fence because they've been listening to these lies from these Dawah people because they lack knowledge of biblical scriptures, have them explain this error to you. Sure, like all deceivers, they just dance around it and try to tell you, oh, it means they just lumped all of them in there as Jews. But that's falsehood. It's complete falsehood. Jews are only from the tribe of Judah, one of the 12 sons of Jacob. The descendants of that one son, Judah, are considered Jews. This is why our Messiah, Jesus, had to come from the tribe of Judah. He had to be a Jew. He could not have come from any other of the sons, the descendants, or the other tribes of Israel. He had to come from the lineage of Judah, making him a Jew. That's why it's very important to understand our scriptures. And when you understand this, Islam is easy to pick apart. The more you understand biblical scriptures, and not just the New Testament, but the entire book, you can dismantle Islam thread by thread. So let us hear what these Muslims have to say about this obvious error. As you heard this Islamic Englishman state in these two clips, first he made it clear who are the Jews. Those who come only from the tribe of Judah, and or those who were of the southern kingdom, the kingdom of Judah. You see how this works. Share this video, send it as far as possible, and hold these Muslims accountable to this utter error found in their scripture. I thank you for listening. May the one true God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, comfort you and bless you. Shalom.